A warm, lightweight, and packable option for cold weather or year-round use. The Therm-a-Rest NeoAir XTherm Max sleeping pad doesn't cut any corners. Unlike a lot of weight-saving, space-saving, backpacking style sleeping pads that have a really tapered cut, the fully rectangular NeoAir XTherm Max sleeping pad really does serve as a sprawling and comfortable sleeping base. Let's take a closer look at its innovative design. One of the first things visually that jumps out at you on the NeoAir XTherm Max are these horizontal baffles. Traditionally, inflatable sleeping pads have had a series of long vertical baffles, and when inflated, those sometimes can give kind of a bouncy, pool rafty feel, for lack of a better term, and aren't always the most comfortable base for sleeping upon. And that's different on a pad like this. You get really nice, consistent support and stability on this, and it really diminishes that effect. What's out of view on this pad and exists inside the actual baffles is a series of reflective barriers. There's some separation in there as well. This pad does not rely on insulation for its warmth, so it does away with the bulk and the weight that you often have when you are using insulation. Instead, those stacked reflective barriers take the heat of your body and throw it back your direction rather than escaping into the ground or into the air. It gives this pad an R value of 5.7, which absolutely is a year-round worthy value. So you can be confident using this on snow, in winter, or throughout the year. The pad does come in a couple of different sizes. I've got the regular length here in front of me, so 20 inches wide by 72 inches long. A larger size gives you some additional width, 25 inches wide by 77 inches long, so a much bigger base. In both instances, you've got a nice 2.5 inch thick base beneath you, which really, again, lifts you up off the ground, allows that creation of space and that reflectivity that makes this such a warm and comfortable pad. In terms of the weight, the regular comes in just over a pound at 17 ounces, and the large is just a few ounces heavier than that. Packs down nice and small because of that inflatable design and the absence of, in this case, unnecessary insulation. The same feature that makes this so lightweight, makes it so packable, such a great option for backpacking, is also what makes it a pad that you do have to blow up. It's an inflatable pad. You've got the nozzle right here at the upper end of the pad for that purpose. Certainly you can blow it up by mouth. Takes a little bit of time, but not an excessive amount of energy. But Therm-a-Rest does include a pump sack. So what you're seeing here is not just the stuff sack for the pad, though it serves that purpose certainly. It also is a pump sack. And what I mean by that, there is a nozzle attachment right here at the bottom of that sack, just wraps around the nozzle itself, and you fill that pump sack with air, and you use that to introduce air into the interior of the sleeping pad. If you don't want to blow it up, you use the pump sack to do that and save yourself the effort and the energy of doing that by mouth. The other potential benefit of that is when you blow it up by mouth, you can introduce moist or wet, damp air into the interior of the sleeping pad. And over time, that can start to wear away at the interior of the pad and potentially shorten its lifespan. Using the pump sack will cut down on any of those negative effects and extend that lifespan. It's also worth mentioning, Therm-a-Rest does include a field repair kit with each of these pads. So if you do run into some kind of issue in the backcountry, something that causes a leak, you can repair that in the field instead of being stuck without the warmth and comfort of a sleeping pad. The Therm-a-Rest NeoAir XTherm Max inflatable sleeping pad. Just such a great balance of weight, warmth, and performance. Got that nice packable size, perfect for backpacking, weighs just over a pound, and then that 5.7 R value, which means you can confidently turn to this pad in varying conditions and regardless of the season.